good. Hey guys, what's going on? Brendan Miller here, back with another video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be talking about some budget lures. For those of you who don't know, back when I was a kid, I was on a very strict budget. I did not have a ton of money to buy fishing lures. I still don't have a ton of money to buy fishing lures, although I do get some for free now, so that's nice. But I know a lot of you anglers out there, a lot of people who watch my channel don't have a ton of money to go blow on top of the line fishing lures. So today I thought I'd put together a video that highlights 10 budget fishing lures you can buy at Walmart. This is, I guess, the Walmart edition. Let's jump right into it. The first bait we're going to talk about is this right here. This is a Yum F2 Cinco. Pretty standard bait, but still very, very effective. Cincos are one of my favorite baits to throw. They work everywhere. They're a tried and tested bait. But this only cost me $1.96. What's great about Walmart is sometimes they have these like bargain bins. You can find a lot of Yum lures in there for really, really cheap. So I picked these up for $1.96. It is a, that doesn't say, I'm going to have to count how many are in here. 6-pack, so that's definitely worth your money. $1.96 for 6 Cincos with built-in fish attractant. That is awesome. I also grabbed another pack of plastics here. These are some fluke style baits right here. They labeled them as tubes. They're not tubes, they're flukes, whatever. Right here. This is a really cool looking bait, kind of like a fluke design. I believe this color is Houdini, which is one of my favorite colors of all time. Really awesome bait. Again, this only cost me $1.96 for a pack of 6. So definitely a good deal. Always worth having a look through the bargain bins. You'll never know what you'll find. I'll definitely be using these as fall approaches and the fish start chasing those shad. Hashtag fall fishing. I was gonna go somewhere with that, but I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. The third bait is a bait that I have used for years. It was one of my staples back in the day. It is this thing right here, the $1 Walmart buzz bait. Yes, you may be thinking a $1 buzz bait can't be too good, but I recently did a video where I compared a $1 spinner bait versus a $5 spinner bait, and it turns out these $1 baits aren't too bad. You can check the video out right here in the cards. I have had a ton of success with this bait. I caught my personal best bass on one of these right here. These things are definitely worth the money. The only downside is the blade sometimes gets stuck up in the front, but if you put a little bead right there, you're totally gonna have a very functional, very effective buzz bait right here for $1. Now, swim baits are all the rage right now, and traditionally swim baits can be quite expensive. There are some that cost upwards of $300 for one swim bait, but I don't have that kind of money, and I don't think you have that kind of money either. So I went to Walmart and picked up these guys right here. This is the Storm Wild Eye Shad, the original, mind you, right here. These are the 4-inch version, $3 for a 3-pack. Very affordable. They got all the hooks built in. Let's pop these things out of the package and take a closer look. That was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. So here it is, guys, the Storm Wild Eye Shad right here. This bait is great because it is super durable. It's going to last you a while. It's got a built-in hook, and it is so versatile. You can throw this thing for striped bass, for smallmouth, for largemouth, for pike, muskie. You can even fish walleye with this thing. So it's an overall very effective bait, and you get 3 of them for $3, which is not a bad deal at all. Right here, the Storm Wild Eye Shad from Storm. So we got some plastics and we got some swim baits and we got a buzz bait, but you're going to want some of those sweet hard baits, am I right? So I went to Walmart and grabbed this bait right here. This is a Big O Smoky Joe. It's a weird name, but it is a decent little bait. For $1.96, this is a great little crankbait. I actually made a video comparing this exact bait to a $7 high-end crankbait. If you want to watch that video, click the link up in the cards, wherever they appear, and check that out. But this bait is great. This is a decent little crankbait. It's got rattles, it's got a very thick lip, so it's not going to snap off easily. The hooks are decently sharp, and the paint job actually holds up really, really well. So overall, a decent little package. It may not be the most flashy bait, but it's definitely going to catch you fish, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. I'm really digging this iced tea jug thing. Keeping with the hard bait theme, we have another bait from Cotton Cordell. This one is a lipless crankbait. Again, it costs $1.96 at Walmart. This one is in glitter shad, so, you know, that's gonna be a dynamite color because it's got glitter on it. This bait is super simple yet super effective. The classic rattle trap design with a shad pattern is gonna catch you fish no matter where you go. This bait, again, is super versatile, versatile is what I meant to say. Overall, this bait is a decent little bait to have in your tackle box for the times when you need to cover water and find the fish. This bait will get it done. If you want a decent deep diving crankbait to cover those deep water scenarios, I recommend getting yourself a bait by Rebel. This bait is a little more pricey at $3, but it is definitely a decent bait. I personally love the look of this bait. I love the old school design and the paint job. I will say one thing though, the lip on this thing is not quite as sturdy as I would like it to be, but again, you are paying $3 for it, so there is sort of a trade-off in quality. But overall, I would say this is a very decent crankbait. I will definitely be throwing this in the fall or even towards the end of the summer. I'm planning on having a couple more outings. In my opinion, fishing topwater for bass is the most exciting way to catch bass. And when you got a lot of weeds on the lake, you're going to need a frog to fish over top of those weeds and to get those bass to come up and slurp the frog. Now, when it comes to frogs, the prices can vary a lot, but typically most frogs go between $5 and $10. I picked this guy right here, the Booyah Pad Crusher. Now, this bait is a little more pricey at around $6, well, $5.96 or something like that. But let me tell you, this bait for the money is the best frog I've ever used, and I've used all kinds of frogs. I've used a really high-end live target ones for like $10 a piece, and then I've used this thing, but I found myself always coming back to this thing because it is just so good. The way it walks is fantastic. It doesn't get hung up a lot. I love the color scheme on it. It's got super soft plastic, and I just love the overall shape and design of this bait. As you can see, it's got a super flexible body that's going to collapse really quickly. Now, you may have to shell out a little more money for this frog, but it's definitely going to last you. I've caught tons of fish on this style of frog, and they've never shown signs of tearing or even hardly losing the paint. Now, the jig has become a staple in everybody's tackle box. A great bass jig can be super effective whether you're swimming it or flipping it to cover, but let's face it, jigs can be expensive. They can range anywhere from $3 to $5 per jig, and when you're buying a lot of them, it can add up very, very quickly. But this is a great little jig. I've used these for years, and they've always seemed to work really well. This is the Strike King Bitsy Flip. It retails for about $2.30, which is definitely cheaper than the most jigs you're going to buy right here. It is a smaller jig, but it is super versatile. I found that you can flip and pitch these things, but you can also swim them like a swim jig because they got that great. Last but not least, guys, I went with something that is going to be the most versatile bait in your tackle box when it comes to fishing. Whether you're fishing bass or whether you fish multi-species, this bait is going to catch them if they eat minnows. And this right here is the classic curly tail grub. This one, again, I got out of a bargain bin, so it's like $1.96. This is a Yum grub, 3-inch grub right here. This is going to catch you so many different types of fish. Walleye, crappie, bass, pike, you name it, it'll catch it. This is why I love this bait so much. If I can get the packaging opening here, which I'm not. It's just a classic grub design that is a proven fish catcher in so many situations. I also picked up a pack of $1 jig heads to go with it. So this right here is going to be a great addition to your tackle box. Whether you're fishing for bass, like I said, or even multi-species, these baits are going to get the job done. So guys, there you go. Those are my top 10 baits you can buy on a budget. I highly recommend you check some of these baits out. Like I said, if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a lot of money, these baits will definitely get the job done when it comes to catching fish. And in the end, that's all that matters. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if you guys want to see another budget edition, maybe an eBay edition where I go on eBay and find some budget baits, or if you want to see a rod and reel edition where I go over budget reels and rods for you guys that are out there and don't have a lot of money to spend on that. I know rods and reels can get insanely expensive really, really quickly. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see some more videos like this. Thanks guys for watching this video. Be sure to check out my last video right here and be sure to subscribe for more upcoming videos. I will catch you next time.